Hello and welcome to the MSTieCast. I'm your host, Toby Mobius.
And I'm Justin Toner. How you doing?
And tonight, we have a returning guest. If you saw the end of the last one, then you'll know that tonight we have the best scammer of them all, Mr. Lewis Lovhaug.
Why do you keep bringing me back here?
Well, you know, it's...
I mean, the first time I just tricked you guys, but now I keep coming back, and I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like you're onto my game.
We've scammed the scammer.
I guess.
I am the best scammer.
The best scammer. The type of scammer who gives people exactly what they pay for.
Exactly, and that's why nobody suspects it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So you have to keep telling them.
Because I scam people by honoring my agreements.
Diabolical.
Yes. You just couldn't resist.
I couldn't resist. Gonna go to the store.
Store,
Gonna pick up some bread. Gonna go to the post office.
Just those little things can make you just quote an episode of the show out of thin air.
Yeah. Anyways, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing just fine. I have had a lot on my plate this month, partially because of the new DVD, and partially because we're hoping to launch the IndieGogo for the movie on Monday, alongside the release of The Hobbit #3 review.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
You want to tell us anything about either of those things right now while we're discussing it?
Well, I can certainly tell you about the DVD right away, and that is that it is $10. It contains one new episode of Atop the Fourth Wall, 2 long boxes of the Damned episodes, 1 new riff, actually 2 new long boxes, I should say, and the previously released Scrooge riff, with a new intro and closing because I used copyrighted music for the original and lost the original files, so
Yeah.
So
I can see why
you get a
have
whole
to
bunch.
redo
So
that.
half of the DVD is new content and half of it is old content.
That is
Oh,
awesome.
that's good.
But without a mid-roll, so that's always a plus.
Hey. Yeah, and we discussed the Scrooge riff last year. Very, very funny, fun stuff.
Yeah.
If I hadn't ended up doing the holiday DVD, I probably would have done another riff. Probably not. It wouldn't be feature length, but there's this Vincent Price hosted A Christmas Carol half-hour thing that I've wanted to do for a while.
Ooh.
I kind of wish we could have seen what that would have been like, but maybe next year.
That sounds like
Maybe
fun.
next year. In the
Maybe
meantime,
next year.
I got History of Power Rangers to do as well, because as part of my great scam, I had to set release dates for those.
Yes, and the next one is due out on Christmas, if I remember correctly.
And I'm getting very close to finishing Jungle Fury. It's true. I'm in the home stretch. Last 9 episodes. And I've been marathoning good chunks of them because I'm actually really enjoying it.
Well, that's good, because Jungle Fury, I find, is a very underrated series. Like, a lot of people think it's really goofy, and a lot of people don't like the suits. I don't really like the suits, but I like
some of the
show.
suits, and I dislike other suits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the purple suit. Not huge
Purple
into
suit
it.
bugs me too. There's something about it that comes across like a Nike tracksuit or something like that.
Yeah.
But
That's one of
Rhino
those-
Ranger's suit, I love it. It's perfectly balanced. It looks badass. It's got kind of a karate gi look to it. It's just awesome. Plus, you could seriously hurt someone with that helmet.
Yeah, you probably
I would think
could. Like, if you headbutted somebody with almost any of those helmets, it could probably do some damage. They I don't know. It's like the suits themselves. They remind me of like a motorcycle rider kind of thing. Like they don't really look like Power Ranger suits or Sentai suits. I had the same feeling about Go Busters, which they skipped for Power Rangers, which I'm so thankful for because I hated those suits.
Go Busters, most of all Sentai series looked like motorcycle suits, mostly because they didn't wear the spandex or lycra. It was pretty much leather jackets.
Yeah, the theme was like spies, so they went with realistic, and it looks
okay.
It looks sillier than if they had just done spandex.
I'll have to look for this review because that's one of the series I've seen. Well, there's a lot of them post the early 2000s that I haven't seen. The only one that I watched in full, last one I watched in full was like Dino Thunder. So it's been a long time since I watched an entire series in full.
I still have not seen.
That's why I've enjoyed the history of Power Rangers so much because, well, especially when we went back and did all the ones that I watched religiously, and then getting to the ones that I've never seen, so I could get an idea of if they were any good or not.
Jungle Fury is an odd beast, especially because it fell right in the middle of a writer's strike.
Oh yeah.
So you would think that it actually would fall apart near the middle episodes, where during the strike portion of it, but actually it seems tighter and more focused, and actually like very well crafted, especially considering they had a bunch of I don't know what the technical term is, strike breaker writers, something like that.
They tend to call them scabs.
Yeah, people who are not part of the union, so they were I don't know if they just followed the notes or if a lot of these were already written in advance, but they feel really good, and they're actually it handles the serialized storytelling much better than Overdrive did.
Oh God, Overdrive.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the review on that one.
You do.
Oh, there's yelling.
You that's like the first one you can play a drinking game with. Take a shot every time you say "shut up, Dax."
Oh, that's not.
It's
good
what
stuff.
I was often screaming while watching the action.
I know because I watched you watch it on Twitter.
Writer's strike. Oh God, I think that kind of gives me an idea what year that was.
I know that was when like Heroes fell apart entirely.
It was like 2006, 2007, I think.
I was about to say, was it either 07 or 08 when the last major writer's strike was?
Yeah.
Oh, was that? Yeah, sorry. The writer's strike was 07, 08.
Because that helped kill season 2 of Heroes. I remember that very badly.
Yeah, and that's kind of when I lost interest in that show.
Mm.
It's like, no, not even Christopher Eccleston can make me want to continue watching this.
Season 3, I watched a good portion of season 3, but then near the end of season 3 is when they really lost me, and I didn't even bother with season 4.
I watched bits and pieces of Heroes, just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, it really wasn't my thing to begin with, but I kept watching it because there were elements I liked. But by season 2, I was like, eh.
That first season, though, was so good, though. It really was.
It was good. I mean, I'm one of those people that stuck with I'm one of those people that stuck with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and when nobody liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I mean...
Well, actually, this season of Agents, I'm still watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2 has actually been off to a pretty good start.
Oh, it's been really good, and I'm behind the newest episode. I'm so glad no one spoiled it for me yet.
Oh, but, okay. Yeah, they're not gonna say a word.
Yeah, thank you. I've not seen the last one because my girlfriend and I watch it together, and it's like she doesn't have TV, so she was behind on it. We had a marathon the first season while season 2 was just starting to air. Anyways, so what was this podcast about? It's Power Rangers, right?
Yeah. Well, wait, no, it's MST3K. Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of MST3K, did you get to see any of Turkey Day? Joel's Turkey Day.
Only bits and pieces. I watched most of Magic Voyage of Sinbad, and I ended up watching all the host segments on YouTube later, unfortunately, because I missed it because I was with my family on Thanksgiving.
Same.
Yeah, same. I got to see a good part of Magic Voyage of Sinbad, and then I had to leave to be with my family. By the time I got home, it was just before they started the last one, Puma Man. So, and then I watched the rest of the segments on YouTube.
And it was really damn good, and it was great to have Trace and Josh on hand to do voices for Servo and Crow.
Yeah, it was really nice having them back. That really surprised me. I was like, oh my God, that's Trace.
And they actually bothered to like give an explanation for why their voices sounded different again.
Well, they did that. They joked about that in the show. Like,
oh, Crow, you changed your bowling pin. That's smart.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just they actually are. But the fact that Joel has been watching all the old episodes again. If you follow his Twitter, at times he will mention he gives like his own mini reviews of episodes that he's watched because he missed out on a whole bunch of episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's fun hearing his opinions on the Mike era stuff too. You know, it's like that, and it's like there's a lot of Mike ones that he really enjoys now. You know, In fact, I think he in the Reddit MMA he just did. They asked him he said, of course, his favorite episode that he did was IQ's My Parents. He said his favorite mic right now is The Final Sacrifice, which is not a bad choice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Gotta love Final Sacrifice.
The Rouse Tower.
Yes. Rouse Tower. Oh yeah.
But I did like the choice episodes for this year. There was a lot of classic ones. We just see what he goes with next year, because this is obviously going to be looking to be a regular thing right now. Just because, I mean, I watched the amount of people watching when it first started just like skyrocket. It's like when I first got in there, there was like a couple thousand, and it went over 10,000, and just kept going. I was like, oh, wow. It's like it was pretty amazing watching the amount of people who were watching it live just take up like that.
What I think helped is that, we live in the era of smart TVs where people can just watch it on their television in the living room with their family, and I think that's really cool. Like, totally. It's truly back as it was, in the day.
Mind you, I'm still hoping for an actual revival of the show, like Joel had teased in that Wired article.
Yeah,
he mentioned that in the MMA. They asked him again on the Reddit, and he said he's still working on it. Stay tuned. So it's still in the works. Just I guess they're still trying to probably piece together who's going to be involved and stuff. And he's probably trying to find someone who's going to be the host. Because he said he's not going to be
my vote, it's a fool's hope, but you know what? I still say Beth McKeever could make a great host.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think really MST had no problem with that at all, since she was part of the show for so long. But I think it's a safe bet to probably assume that Trace and Josh will probably do Crow and Servo at this point.
Yeah, it's very possible this was like a test run for them to reprise the characters.
Yeah, and it'll be weird to get. I mean, much as I like the individual guys, it'll be weird to hear them do the voices again, especially Josh after so long without doing the character.
He hasn't done
Servo with that.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't. That was the first time he's voiced Servo in almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
So,
and he jumped in like he hasn't missed a beat too, and that was really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
He puppeteered it the exact same way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was them actually puppeteering it, because some of the sound quality sounded like it had been recorded previously.
Oh, that's true.
That's certainly possible.
But but I will say the puppeteer controlled it very much like Josh controlled Servo. Which is to say, very minimalist.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if they just try to launch it online on their own, or they get reach a deal with either Netflix or Amazon or somebody.
I'm guessing Shout Factory if they do.
That would make sense, and that would be pretty neat. I mean, what they've done for the show already has been fantastic. So
they could do a simultaneous. I mean, it would make sense. They would They'd probably do. Shout could be. I don't know if Shout has done any kind of show work before, but they could probably use it as a pilot for future endeavors, kind of like how Hulu and whatnot has done stuff like that, or Netflix originals. So they could use it as a pilot show, release DVDs of the new season of the online season with additional commentary and whatnot, just simultaneously.
Yeah.